back to Cap Can't Play Telltale Batman, The Enemy Within. This is episode 2. We're going to play through the entire episode this evening. It has been a while. My apologies for that. When last we met, the Riddler died. Spoiler alert, he's dead.
Turned to terrorize my city.
Yes, and we all thought that he was going to be the big villain for the whole thing, but he's not.
But I survived his deadly traps. I emerged the victor.
Really appreciate this recap, Batman. Yes, that's right. I forgot about that.
Is dead. And with him, the only lead I had to taking down the greatest danger Gotham has ever faced.
And the only allies I have left are people I don't like all that much. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. Excited to spend the next couple hours with you. Hi, Noah.
Since we captured him alive. But now I have you to lean on.
Lean on me
lives on
when you're not strong.
And knows exactly when to cross it. Yes.
Yes, and that's not you. You don't know when to cross it. You just cross it. That's what you do. It's like somebody who's really obsessed with bridges. Look, a bridge! More recapping.
First thing you need to know.
One of those things that starts off with the scene we saw the last time, because it was big and dramatic, and a cliffhanger.
Behind my back to Maury, I will continue to keep it.
These games are really unpredictable because they can do anything they want it to.
Nothing.
You didn't expect Waller to know that Bruce Wayne was Batman, but you can do that. You can do whatever you want to. Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, Andrew. What's up, Mr. Roboto?
And understand, I'm not the enemy here. It may seem that way right now, but I'm not. Our problems are far too
reinstate Gordon.
Bickering among ourselves.
Gordon is our friend.
If that's true, then reinstate Gordon as commissioner.
Yeah, you know, I'll give you a chance. I mean, I don't like you.
You really are loyal to that stubborn old mule, Lawrence.
Well, he's kind of loyal to me, and
play nice with me now. And when this is all
probably
over,
knows who I am.
I'll make
but pretends like he doesn't, which I respect a lot. I really appreciate that.
Here, he's dead. They ain't gonna just carrying on.
Psycho Reviewer says, Far From Home is great. Anybody that has seen that already, don't tell me anything. I'm not going to get to see it until Friday.
I'm going to need eyes everywhere in Gotham. A man like Bruce Wayne, with all his influence and resources.
Somebody says the new DuckTales has a Dark Knight Returns parody.
You understand what I'm saying?
Which is interesting because Darkwing Duck did that too. I'll have to check that out.
Help to us here. Maybe even as much as Batman in certain situations.
So I was just gonna fight her constantly. I'm gonna see if there's a way to kind of have my cake and eat it too on this after the whole Gordon thing we just had. That's interesting.
Clear. But it didn't stop Bruce Wayne.
Psycho DuckTales. Woo! I haven't watched the new show at all, but I've heard good things.
What the hell?
Look at explosion. We gotta get things moving here.
Looks like the whole city's under attack. We've got a report of a raid on the Gotham PD arsenal. If those bastards get their hands on our weapons...
It's not a way to scroll up the comments on the PS4. I'm gonna try to pop them up here. Agreed. You're gonna need me. I'm important. I can fix everything. Because I'm Batman. I don't know why I got lower and weirder than normal. Like, usually my Batman voice is like this, but that time it was like using one of those voice synthesizer things like, I'm Batman.
This is what
I don't sound anything at all like me. T-Edge, what song are you talking about? T-Edge says that song is better than the song you parodied, but not as good as your parody. Thanks, I did a parody of a song called I Want to Go to Church, called Go the F to Church. If you want to hear that, you can check us out on Patreon. Batcap returns. Yes, I am back. Welcome, everybody. This music's great. I was excited. It gets me pumped up. I'm already getting in the mood for this again. Back in the saddle, as it were. Oh, Lean on Me, yes. I love that song. I'll help you carry on. Ski masks. Blood. Gee, are we gonna have to do some detective work, you think?
Shut it. You got what you came for.
Is there gonna be more linking, or is this gonna... Well, it's probably gonna be like an action sequence, and then maybe some... let's go for Batarang! Yeah, it's really in a Batman mood. Start chucking Batarangs at people. Yep, go right. But my left.
Whoa.
Whoa. Look, it's mustached Keanu Reeves. Hi, John.
How many are there?
I don't know.
Welcome, everybody. Starting off kind of late tonight. That's the motion you do when you want to get people out of bondage.
I didn't want to. I swear.
Bit Loose, the next After Dark is tomorrow. We just shot one.
Thank you, Batman.
And I'm going to post it soon. Noah, I believe this is where you fight Bane? Yep. I think you're right. I know he's got to be dropped from above. Really doing our Batman thing. Grapple point. Yeah, I mean, I knew he was in this one because this is where we're gonna reveal the gang of a bunch of characters we know. That's like, if you were having to not be in a Batman mood, is that even possible? It's true. I can be like, I'm always in a mood for Batman things, but sometimes I'm in like more of a mode. I should say mode instead of mood, you know, more of a different kind of mode.
Much like yourself. But you can't call me Bane.
Bane, I am Bane. And I have scary tattoos. Each of them means something, but we're not going to talk about them right now.
A man
look kind of drawn
cannot win
onto
a
it.
war alone.
Power Pro. Yeah. Impressive.
Fight well.
But you are not a Jedi yet.
Fight alone. You will die alone.
Well, that's an interesting thing for Bane of all people to say. I'm gonna have to redevelop my opinion of this Bane because it's been a while. I remember liking things about it, but I mean, I have such a very specific idea of Bane in my mind after Visions of Bane and Nightfall. It's just such a brilliant character that
I can see why Riddler.
it's interesting to see very different variations on it, but I am real picky about my Bane.
You should be worrying about yourself.
I
But really interesting for
promised
one
my
of
men a
Bane's
hell of a
first
battle
lines
if
to
ever I
be
faced you.
about
And I'd hate
having friends or fighting with
I
allies.
haven't faced a true warrior since I left Peña
Because
Duro.
more Batarangs. We're shooting Batarangs every time this time. It's very violent.
Will.
Ow, my
pay
arm.
for that.
But, you know, Comic Book Bane doesn't have friends. He is about being the pinnacle of human ability. And he's a lot like Batman in that he is very much a loner.
Your strength, man.
But like Batman, he has allies and he uses people, but he doesn't have friends. I mean, he uses people. A lot of interesting parallels between those characters. Because, of course, he is raised in a prison, and Batman's like, that's horrifying. This is a thing I've never really seen before. And, you know, the prison childhood thing with Bane is the most heartbreaking thing. And where he loses his innocence.
I will give you a piece for
But it becomes all about,
if you take it.
not just self-preservation, but self-reliance. So yeah, I'm absolutely fascinated by starting Bane from that place. Very often he ends up just being kind of thuggish in a lot of other media. And of course, you've always got to have a scene where Batman is in this position, where he's about to be backbroken. Do various variations in the background. Hi, Purple Black. I'm purple and green this evening, with a little black mixed in. That's like a reviewer. I don't think anything can top the brilliance of Batman Robin's Bane. Yeah, it's subtly brilliant because of its awfulness. It's hard to really see what exactly has been being done there. There's a lot of layers to bomb.
Nothing to fear, my friend. Keep your eyes open. Don't let anyone follow you to the warehouse.
Don't worry, don't think the battle will help us.
Safe travels, my friends.
As I've said before with Bane, there are, a lot of Batman villains are foils for Batman in some way. I think the ways in which Bane is Batman's opposite is kind of the most interesting of all of them, next to the Joker or on par with it. Okay, who are we gonna call? Well, there's no Ghostbusters to call. I don't know, I almost want to call Waller just because I didn't do it that way last time. It would be weird to do that the way I've been treating her, but what do you guys think? Let's be consistent. We'll call Gordon.
This is Waller. Batman?
Yes, Nightwatch. He is absolutely right. Bane and Tom King has been really interesting, especially in kind of riffing on and sort of keeping Nightfall's history, but tweaking it and changing things to some degree. I need all of that together before I really know how I want to read it and what my opinion is of it, but it's been very interesting. It is really sad that I don't remember his name, but the wrestler who played Bane in Batman Robin, of course, died shortly thereafter. As far as I understand it, because of just taking so many steroids for his wrestling, but I think specifically for that role, is what I've read. These things always do this. The teasers are so lengthy because you're playing a game that I forget that
Batman.
We haven't had the title yet.
Batman.
That's right, Mr. Roboto. There's bomb, and there's bomb, and there's bomb, and there's bomb. Oh man, gotta move these freaking boxes. Why are there always boxes?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, Harrison, I found it!
Folks, if you haven't tuned in to this before,
We're here to help.
there is adult material here. There's violence and blood and language.
We're gonna need your help to push
Not the kind of thing that I usually bring myself to the channel. But in order to play this game with you guys, we're gonna have to look at rated R material on Geekvolution. It's a loophole. It's a loophole. Oh, I got struggle to press this X button. Oh, I was supposed to just hold it down the whole time. Okay. I'm having a real hard time getting up. Oh, and I gotta press up with it also. Everybody's like, Batman getting out of this rubble is really awkward.
That's it. Let's get you on your feet.
It's a problem to be embarrassed while you're crushed. That's never good. Mr. Roboto wants to know if Batman would call Alfred first. Yeah, he probably would. He probably would. That's actually a really good point.
Where is he?
We gotta get the mechanic. Wait, I didn't call you. What are you doing here? Are you tapped into Gordon's phone?
Bane. His crew loaded the weapons onto the APCs and took.
When I was a kid, I thought Bane's name was Pain for the longest time. I can't have been the only one.
Listen, you really need to pull yourself together.
Hi, Michael. Good to see you, man. Imagine a Telltale Brave and the Bold Batman. That would be hilarious.
A gang of masked men hit a biotech.
Where it's all just really plot-driven but hilarious and occasionally has bits of heart. You find yourself sobbing a little bit and going, wait a minute, why am I emotionally involved?
That must be hard for someone like you to admit.
Let's just say it's been a bad night for the good guys and leave it at that.
I am, of course, going to have to focus on the story some.
This Bane and the crew who hit the biotech lab.
Just in case folks are wondering why I'm not talking as much as I normally do. So far, I've been doing a lot of talking, but...
to the Batcave. Figure out how this all fits together.
I gotta watch the story that I'm sort of playing.
As soon as my team finishes cleaning up that biotech facility, I'll share with you any intel we discover. The sign our new partnership is off to a good start. You're on my team now, and I take good care of my people.
I like Troy Baker, this Batman, quite a bit.
Hey, Batman.
Your partner, Avesta. How is she?
Still in the hospital.
Cinematographic besides what now?
Damage could be permanent.
Yeah, Michael, see, Suicide Squad game's a good idea, too.
I put her in danger. It's my fault.
No, it's
the blame for what happened to Avesta rests with Riddler, not you.
That's nice of you to say. Look, I owe you one for saving my life back there. So I gotta warn you.
No problem, Robin John Blake.
Stay on Waller's good side for as long as you can. For everyone's sake.
I mean, Detective Vision is kind of the obvious reason to do the white lenses cinematographic. Like, I don't know.
I'll tell Avesta you asked about her.
What other, like, brilliant, real-worldy kind of reason for that you do besides that. Unless it's just
Alfred,
another intimidation tactic. I guess, I don't know. Some other sort of heads-up display. I mean, it's just a heads-up display. Like, we got Detective Vision. Because when we do Detective Vision, the lenses change, you know, like it's a different color because you're in Detective Vision now. So, I mean, I guess the easy, obvious cop-out answer is just, so we're just not getting the episode 2 title. I feel like we've been here for a little while already. Your pacing has to be different in a game. But yeah, like, if you're... I guess just heads-up display, just like, you know, night vision. I don't know why that would be white, but, you know, like being able to see at night and
Bruce.
Having different things on the screen that to give you information. Google Bat Glass.
I'm fine. Really.
You are not.
Yeah, and Noah, if you haven't seen it, the new Batman vs. Ninja Turtles movie has Troy Baker as both of those guys. I think it's Troy Baker.
Those minutes of
silence, as both Batman and the Joker,
waiting for you to respond. They were the worst of my life.
Which is a lot of fun.
I didn't know if you're alive or dead.
But I'm with you, Nightwatch. I like his Batman better.
If I would ever see you again.
I'm so sorry to put you through that, Al.
You'll just do it again tomorrow?
That's a great line.
We already lost Lucius.
We do this a lot with Batman, where he feels guilty about the ways in which he negatively affects other people.
We'll talk about all this later.
But not enough to change.
Come on now. Let's get you patched up.
Alfred should have been like, why didn't you call me, dude?
As if he wasn't bad enough. Now Director Waller knows your identity.
Yeah, okay, but we actually found that out before we got with Bane, so that, like, there was a different order than the way you're putting it.
Bane is still on the loose, with enough guns to arm a small militia.
I understand. The man died for you tonight, Bruce. Trying to save you from that monstrosity. Too many have died.
I think Bane's one of the hardest characters to put in a big ensemble villain cast. Especially introducing him.
Alfred, we will get through this. You know that, right? This storm will pass.
Yes, I know that, Bruce, and I'm sorry for not being my resolute self. It's just this Bane is terrifying. We've never seen this kind of...
Yeah, Purple and Black, the endgame thing seems to be all about Marvel just trying to beat Avatar's record.
Riddler was just a small part.
They could have put a lot more effort into that. At least finish that one extra scene they're putting in.
Let's begin with the dart I pulled from his neck.
I would have just waited a few months and then put it out when it wasn't still in some theaters. Because it looks so money-milking.
Still some toxin left in here.
And their argument for it was like...
something new.
Well, just in case people want to see it again or missed it before
psychoactive meds and
Spider-Man comes out.
Drugs that are lethal when combined.
But
who could have come up
with still in some theaters, like...
And did the same person pull the trigger?
Bane's attack was one of 3 tonight, all at the same time.
Let's bring him up. Get an assessment of the damage.
Mr. Romano, that's true. I guess Waller, in a lot of continuities, does know that Bruce Wayne is Batman. But it's unusual, of course, for her to come out and tell him that, and for that to be, like, normal status quo. But I've forgotten about that. That is true. Let's look at GothCorp Labs.
GothCorp Labs, genetic research facility. Where do we even start with this?
Yes, I have no idea.
Authorities can't determine what was even stolen until all of that melts.
At least 20
so we're going to introduce Batman to a lot of his rogues gallery.
In ice.
Others were frozen
at the same
solid.
time.
some of their limbs shattered as they fled.
I always think how interesting it would be to start a person that somehow knows nothing about Batman whatsoever
Waller's intel
on a thing like this.
Thieves made off with numerous pieces of equipment used in
You have to just sort of put yourself in Batman's
material.
head and imagine not knowing that that's Mr. Freeze. Like, as soon as you see that image, you're like, of course, Mr. Freeze must be part of this gang.
Security cameras frozen. All witnesses dead.
Imagine if you got to learn that along with him.
Gotham brokerage. 10 million in diamonds stolen. Some safety deposit boxes emptied. Contents unknown. Over a dozen dead, and even more wounded. Mostly by gunshot, though some victims had their heads smashed in.
Oh, that's barbaric.
Yeah, Purple and Black, we still heard that the re-release came out.
Witnesses place Harley Quinzel at the scene, dressed up as a clown and wielding a mallet.
Don't ask me.
Riddler's friends are as insane and gruesome as he was. Perhaps even more.
Those same witnesses say that she acted alone. All that carnage.
This introduction to Harley and this version of her is really interesting. I like it a lot. Some people don't. I think it's really good. I like having an intellectual but not necessarily super genius level Harley Quinn, although maybe this one does kind of make her a super genius. I forget, but I remember being totally on board with her being as smart as she is, and actually putting her, psychological know-how, training to use. Do I have to go through all of these? Just the exclamation point ones? But yeah, like, who's gonna read all this playing a video game? Like I said last time, it's useful to have some of this in case for some reason you didn't play the first game or it's been a while or whatever, but I don't know how many people are gonna actually sit here and read all of this. But it's cool for attention to detail, I guess. And yeah, like, I know who this guy is, because I was just talking to him and helping him turn into the Joker on accident last game. Noah says this is his favorite Harley Quinn. I think this version could be a pretty good template for a movie version. I'm just going to click on each of these and come out of them so that it will let us move on. Oh, Mr. Roboto says I must read every line. Well, I'm sorry, I'm just not going to do that. I'm just not going to do it, okay? I got better things to do. I also don't know if I had to click on all those. I have no idea. It just doesn't make it clear sometimes what you have to
money,
do.
Biotech. What are they planning?
We won't know until we get to Bane.
I don't mean to cause offense, but you're in no shape to beat the information out of that monster.
But yeah, this Harley Quinn didn't feel obligatory. Like she's just here and really important because she's popular. Like, there is a take here.
Bane is on his own. Taking on all of them.
Sure. We can't just wait around for Bane to strike again. The death toll is already too high.
I know you told
Somebody
Waller
says
you were
she's not Harley
reluctant to
Quinn.
risk Bruce Wayne's cover, but I'm
To
more
him,
worried
who is
about
that?
the risk
Who's
to
saying that?
Batman, given your current
Bag.
condition.
Hi, Bag. How you doing, man?
Riddler said
She's
his
missing some of the
friends
most interesting
abandoned
parts of
him
what
at the
makes
Lady
Harley
of
Harley.
Dublin.
Yeah, I can see why you're saying that. I mean, there is, and there's a lot of kind of role reversals
That's the case, then
in these games,
John
but I
can
think
get you
it's
close
clever
to
when we
me.
flipped to
John
people.
Doe might be your best chance of getting inside, finding out what they're up to.
We'll have to repay John's trust with betrayal.
You wouldn't have to betray him if he didn't associate with criminals. It'll be dangerous approaching
Don't
Bane
associate
in
with criminals,
this
Batman.
way. Be suspicious of
Remember,
anyone who isn't a proven criminal.
Your whole thing is to make sure.
Performance of a lifetime. To pull the wool over their eyes.
Is everybody still here?
I'm
I just got a message that said that the internet's not good enough right now to broadcast gameplay, but it says we're still on air. Somebody do me a favor and leave a comment. Let me know if we're still broadcasting.
I find John Doe and accept his offer.
I would certainly appreciate it.
Hopefully the invitation is still open.
So it looks like it cut off for a second.
You hid that tracking device.
Because Noah says, uh-oh. Okay, Bag says we're still good.
The stack deck. That's where he is.
Sometimes my internet in the middle of the night is not great. I don't know why that is. Hopefully we don't end up having more problems. Otherwise, we'll just reconvene on another night where we left off. Dag says it's just buffering every now and again. Okay. There's beer drink. Look, everybody, it's beer drink. And Johnny Crash. I never noticed that before.
I'll tell you about Batman. He's no hero.
I'll tell you about Batman.
The way I see it,
he's standing right behind you.
A bunch of hired muscle.
Joker, where do you get your hair done?
Guys like Bruce Wayne.
I see. Willie, tell Bruce Wayne.
But yeah, the main thing about Harley Quinn's origin, obviously, is that... Oh, look at the creepy doll.
No, Willie...
Is that she is created, ground up by the Joker, who manipulates her and makes her obsessed with him when he's in Arkham, and you can't have that if she's already established and Joker's not.
Go on. Finish what you were gonna say.
Beer drink's my favorite thing, Mr. Roboto.
Coward who lets other people do his dirty work. But you get away with it all. Nothing bad ever happens to Bruce Wayne.
Why is there Gotham's finest sign?
Parents thing.
And
Bruce. Don't mind Willie. We're just messing with you. You look like you could use a
drink. It says finish your thought. Did I trail off somewhere? Or are you talking about something somebody said in the game? It's really difficult to talk through a story-driven game like this, and also try to keep everything straight. But you know, want to make this interesting, and it's fun talking to you guys. But yeah, why did it say Gotham's finest? Is this a cop bar?
Therapy circle here every second Sunday. These people need the expertise that I learned in Arkham.
It's interesting that he's running a therapy circle, and he's secretly working for Harley Quinn, who was a therapist. Oh no, it says you were talking about one of the choices.
Really? I gotta say, I'm disappointed. I thought we'd built more trust between us.
I didn't get there fast enough. Well, I just needed a second, John.
Trust, Bruce. And trust is the mainstay of any healthy relationship.
Well, Cinematographic, a lot of meetings are like that, like monthly things, where it's like we meet every second Sunday, we meet every third Sunday, whatever it is. I love his smile in this. It cracks me up every time. It's always funny.
So...
and often awkward.
That rude know-it-all really got what was coming to him.
Authorities are refusing to comment on the death of the mysterious criminal known as Riddler.
Who am I? Who am I? You're a rotting, stinking corpse. That's who you are.
Wow.
John, did you have anything to do with the Riddler's death?
Yeah, no, I am going to try to do Villain Joker this time. That is the point of the second playthrough. But I wanted to broadcast it for you guys while I was doing it, because I haven't broadcasted anything in a while, and I had to do this anyway.
After everything
Malik asked me to talk about that, and I thought I would record while I was doing this.
Do that?
No, of course not.
I know what you were thinking. But hey, no harm done.
Hi, Cal.
I was a little surprised.
It's good to see you, man.
Bruce.
Thanks for the compliment, and thanks for being here.
Favor I asked. As I recall, you had some reluctance.
Just watching a movie, pretending like I'm playing a video game.
I changed my mind.
Kind of.
I'd like to meet them now.
Really? You seem pretty against it at the church. Why the sudden change of heart?
Well, I had a conversation with Alfred, and
the timing wasn't right, but I've reconsidered.
Yeah, I did, Bag, and it was awesome.
The way you described your friends sounded great.
Well, it's not good Joker, it's Joker doing a batsuit. I mean, he still goes psychotic and turns into the Joker.
I didn't realize it was so convincing. Look, before we get into that, I need to come clean.
But yeah, this
Riddler
Batman and the Joker
was
sort of
more
being
connected
friends
to my friends
before
than
he
I
turns into the
let on
Joker
at
is weirdly inspired. I would have thought this was a really bad idea.
He was kind of our leader, but he was just
because this is
bad at it. And
this is kind of the psychological, social way for Batman to create the Joker. Batman always creates the Joker, or often does, but it's usually either like physically in one fell swoop, just dropping him in a vat of acid, or the way
I think we were all like him.
Dark Knight does it with the escalation idea.
No secrets.
Where he's reacting to the way Batman's being a symbol.
You have my word. I pinky swear.
I don't think there's a version where he just becomes a good guy, like a straight up good guy. Should we do the pinky swear? See, I wanna have you guys help me out, but there's just not enough time. Like
friends for life.
But the progress bar goes too fast.
And Bruce,
nothing ever happens to Bruce Wayne.
Don't plant tracking gadgets on each other.
Yeah, Bag, that's the way it goes.
Got my number.
It sounds like you got the same thing I did, actually.
All right, let's go meet the guys.
That's right, I've got your number.
No, we're on our way.
Hey! I'm out of medicine. I don't like
this guy's nuts.
You're bothering my friend John.
Nothing gets past you. Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Fine. You're right.
Because it's hilarious.
I'll leave him be.
Oh, I wish he'd actually said it, though.
Willie.
What are you? Screw you!
I wish I could be, like, really sarcastic, Bruce Wayne.
Disrespects me! No one's making a fool
But that's my friend.
Easy, Willie. I can give you money if you just leave John alone.
That's how I solve all my problems.
I can't be bought off that easy, Wayne.
Okay, well, let's play pool, then.
You really don't want to do this. Think about
it's like a review where I'm with you. I like that. I like that the best, too.
I don't have a future.
The thing about this version, and for a lot of things, is I don't know if I would like it as well if it was the first time I ever saw a Batman thing. It is most interesting as a reinvention.
Lovely violence.
What the hell are you doing to my boss?
Willie had a problem. We took care of it.
Is he dead?
I said we took care of it.
All right, freak show.
Again, like an Ultimate Batman or an Earth 1 or something. Hey, Eckhart, think about the future. Stacked deck.
Fantastic. Cool.
I don't know if there's a way to get out of that without that fight breaking out. That's what happened last time I played it too, but I think I picked a different
one more
thing to say, or two.
Can't tell anyone this. This is big. Huge. I think I'm in love. It's an odd feeling.
I did with me last time I played this, which was amusing, but
I am so happy, John.
I want to try some different things this time.
Deserve the best.
Yeah, I'd blush if I could.
That's great. I like that a lot.
So mysterious. You at least gotta tell me your name.
Everybody's just quoting A9 Joker now.
Herself, but
yeah,
you could.
The more I'm listening to this voice,
look good in.
It's kind of like a cross between Nicholson and
we shouldn't keep her waiting.
I guess Ledger? It's not straight up riffing on one voice. It's not somebody trying to do handling and everything.
Damn it. I thought I had it. Here, give me a hand with this, will you? I'm pretty sure this is how you get this thing started.
I could
just
just
solve
buy
everything
you
with money.
a car, you know, something with an actual key.
This works. It's just a matter of trial error.
Another reversal thing we do with this, if memory serves, is that, you know, he thinks that he's in love with Harley and she's kind of just using him. I can't remember if she actually really cares about him or not.
Don't turn around.
But if she doesn't, that is very much a reversal of what we do a lot with Joker and Harley.
Reason why I don't redecorate
where
the windshield with your
he's just using her, and she's in love with him, but he doesn't really care that much about
you has some real pretty
that side of the relationship. Should I grab for the gun? Should I try it?
Stay
I'm gonna try it. Let's see what happens.
Grown-ups are talking. That's a pretty good reason. I like a guy who's good with his hands.
Well, I gotta respect that way. I can't remember if I did it that way last time or not.
Josh and your rich boy. See, there wasn't even a bullet in the chamber.
Ooh, no, I don't know if I agree with that. I think it's in a similar register, though.
Oops.
Like the voice from Dark Knight Returns. Emerson.
Well, let's put some music on.
I remembered it this time. I always forget his name. Michael Emerson.
Now, Bruce, this is the lady I was telling you about. Harley Quinn. Isn't she a hoot? I knew you guys would hit it off.
Oh, trust me, I'm laughing my ass off. On the inside.
Anything that's close to an 89 line, I can't help myself but to use. It's raining.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You probably don't like things that go bang too much. After that sad way you lost your
Oh, for a second I was like, what is the innuendo there? Now I get it. Now I see the subtext.
Like a yo-yo don't exactly inspire confidence. What do you want with us? What do you get out of rubbing shoulders with the
I want to run Gotham.
The agency is after
I don't think I'm going to go that way.
After the bombing, they've been sniffing all around Wayne Enterprises. We should work together to get them off our backs.
Sounds to me like you just bring more heat.
Bruce could be a real help to us, Harley. You should have seen how he took out this guy in the bar. Really,
I'm impressed that I get won over by this Harley voice because she's got that kind of like really thick,
do us a favor, Pud. Skip over to that like, bodega.
New York kind of accent. And it didn't work for me at all in Batman Harley Quinn.
I got it.
And it's sort of similar to that voice, but it doesn't grate on me in this like it did in that. Some of it's because it's pretty clear that she's,
John,
putting on an act, and
he just doesn't know who he is yet. You know.
She puts that on.
Highly impressionable. He thinks the
Mr.
world
Roboto,
of
Bruce
you.
does look like Archer. That's true. The animated series character. I've never actually watched that, but I know what that looks like. I agree.
Want with a lost soul like John. It's kind of a mismatch. Raises all kinds of questions.
I feel bad for him, you know? Coming out of Arkham all alone. He's not equipped to deal with the world.
It's true.
I like the diamond motif.
A fiesta from a funeral.
With Harley a lot.
But there's a world full of charity cases out there. And you pick John.
Of course, it makes her look a little bit Deadpool-y, but...
You got that look in your eye.
Of the four card suits, I like going with that one.
And I only like trouble.
It suits her a lot. I'm not sure if there's any, like, thematic
way
to read
I
it.
should trust you. Because I sure as hell can't see one.
Just aesthetically, I like it a lot.
After all, you're a squeaky clean, favored son of Gotham. How am I supposed to believe you won't
Crime
run
is
to
in
the
my
cops
blood.
the
Should I go
first
that way?
chance you get?
Hi, Azim.
My father used to run crime in this city.
What's up, man?
It's in my blood.
See ya, buddy.
My mama was a grocer. I don't give two craps about fruit.
That's like over here. I don't think the original Harley is obsessed with pudding. I think she just...
You'll show me soon enough if you got
likes that as a nickname for the Joker, you know? But I want to do that now. I want the Harley Quinn that goes around just eating pudding all the time. See, look, she is saying it. She's like... a nickname for the nickname, but she is saying it.
What were you guys talking about?
We were talking about you, Pud. About how worried we are for your well-being.
Oh?
Bruce feels bad for you. For, you know, having such a hard time with life. Ain't that right, Brucey?
Once again, guys, sorry it's been so long since we've done this.
Ain't that the gist of it?
It's the truth.
I'm hoping
old me, Bruce.
to try to blow through these pretty quick over the next couple of weeks.
Have to feel sorry for.
If at all possible, especially because I have a lot going on in a couple weeks with family things. My brother's daughters are going to visit us for a while.
That is the best damn slushy ever.
He's got 9-year-old twins. and I've not spent a whole lot of time with them, so they're going to hang out with us for a while.
Suck on that.
For a week. Ugh. Man.
I swear, it'll make your whole body shiver. Come on, put your lips on it.
Sure?
Cooties.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I probably shouldn't make John jealous, but I don't know if there's any way not to, because she's going to lay that on pretty thick. She's going to try to be seductive, as Harley often does.
Here's what's going to happen now, Mr. Moneybags. You're going to go get Mama a little present.
But again, I'm surprised
From
that
inside there.
Master Manipulator Harley works in this game as well as it does. Yeah, it's a nutso triangle, Michael.
Wayne Enterprises.
A little
Especially
bird
because,
told
you
me
know,
there's
you
some
assume that
pretty
Bruce isn't
fancy
actually
hacking tech
interested,
up
but there
there.
might be a part of him.
Something called a phalanx key.
Especially because with this particular version of
for me?
Batman, we have to
I know you're
consider
on the level about
that
the
because his parents were criminals, there's always the possibility of him
for you with the rest of the guys.
maybe actually being corrupted. I mean, the games, of course, don't go that direction.
If I want it. I hear this thing opens half the security
But I
systems
think
in
there's that
Gotham.
nature-nurture
And
question
it's just
of,
sitting there, hidden in your lab, waiting for
as we
someone
always
to
do with
put it
Batman,
to
like, is
use.
Batman as bad as the criminals that he
What's the
fights? And there's
matter?
this kind of, like,
You
extra
better not
layer
try
to
my
it when his
position.
parents are criminals.
I don't want to have to
Well, they
splatter that pretty face.
seem like such good people, and then
Bruce
they
and
were
I already
corrupted.
talked. He'll do whatever you want.
And this is a Batman that
Is that right?
is working with
Will
criminals
you
and
do
spending time with criminals in a way that
whatever
regular Batman wouldn't usually, so it does make you
Will
ask
you
that
jump
question
when I say
to some
jump?
degree.
Will you bring me the shiny things I ask for?
I think I can
I'll
only
do
go
whatever I think is necessary.
with that.
That's how this gets done.
Sounds like Bruce has got it covered.
Mr. Roboto, in this continuity, they were criminals. It turns out that they were secretly working in the criminal underworld, and they were big crime bosses.
Boy. Make yourself
And they work with
useful
Falcone.
and get me that phalanx key. And hurry. Mama really wants to get herself some tacos when you're done.
Yeah, cinematographic. I don't usually like love triangles either. I think this one's a little bit different because it's different characters playing different characters. You know, you like playing each other as opposed to just the standard kind of teen drama, superficial, you know, drama for the sake of drama of, well, I really like this hot guy, but he's dating this girl, and I have to hate her even though I might like her otherwise, and you know, I can't just respect the person that I like and care about and let them go on with their life until something happens with that and just go move on and try to find someone else. I can't do that. It's really hard to... The reason love triangles usually suck is because it's difficult, really difficult, it can work, to make people sympathetic when they are jealous of another person who hasn't actually done anything wrong.
What brings you in?
This is not that kind of a love triangle.
If you don't mind me asking.
People manipulating each other.
Everything okay?
Playing three-dimensional chess.
I believe that's my name on the building, which means I don't have to explain myself to you.
No, exactly. That was a much faster way to say what I just said.
You're checked in, sir.
See, yeah, I agree that making his parents criminals was inspired. You know, again, for a re-envisioning like this. I wouldn't want that to be definitive Batman. I wouldn't want to retroactively do that in the comics. But it's the kind of thing... It's the kind of risk you can take in a thing like this, but it is still a risk. It's not like just because it's not original continuity,
Man's lying down on the...
you know, comic book continuity, that it's not a risk. Because it would be easy to screw that up.
Going up, Brucey. You do know how an elevator works, don't you?
I like that she's got a sledgehammer in this.
This ain't your stop. Don't worry about your pal. He's gonna make it. As long as you behave, that is. Give me a hard time, I go back and finish the job. The same goes for anyone else who gets in the way.
Purple and Black, are you talking about Harley's hair that I should do something? I'm not gonna do that.
Just go wait in the car. I can do this alone.
I don't think you're getting it. You ain't the one in charge. And you ain't the only one allowed to
Mr. Roboto, from that first game, I got the sense that they really were
Now that
actually criminals.
She never had the chance.
Oh, the damage tattoo. I see. Yeah, purple and black. I would never.
Keep it cool
go
and
that
no
way.
one else gets a
Cab,
dance.
what? What?
Now buck up. We're all smiles on this crew. There you go. You're looking like your billion-dollar self again.
And I guess you could make the argument that it's maybe a little bit unfortunate that the Joker doesn't.
Oh, Bruce, I'm surprised to see
That
you.
the Joker will become the Joker because the card and clown motif is there already. But then,
to whom
it's
do
not
I
like
owe
that was
the
a
pleasure?
brilliant idea that he
I
had.
don't believe we
Usually,
They're fashion consultants. I figured
just
might try out a new look.
ends up looking like a clown, so he embodies that.
This whole place. Dress everyone in snazzy uniforms.
Decides to run with it.
Well,
So
no
I don't
one
know.
ran this by me.
This is that much different from that.
You could come into work on Monday dressed just like me.
And get fired because most places have a dress code, and I don't think you'd be allowed to
Is this some kind of joke?
have green hair when you go to work.
Do I look funny to you? Like I'm some kind of punchline or something?
Excuse me?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I never know
me
whether
like
to say
that?
Falcone or Falcone anymore either. That
Is
is
this the kind
that is
of
Gotham, so
operation you run
absolutely.
here? Your worker bees just mouth off whenever they want.
Regina will apologize. Won't you, Regina?
Bruce,
Let that make it feel real.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause
I don't know about
offense.
make it feel real, you know, like
More. Make her beg. Please.
this is weird.
I'm so very sorry.
I would have said something more like be sincere or something. It's messed up. Yeah, well, this is awkward.
Boy, you got some guns on you.
See, I don't think there's any way this plays where John's not jealous at some moment in this. Psycho Reviewer, I have no idea how the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie is going to be. I think that could go either way. I think the marketing's been excellent, and it looks like a movie I certainly want to see.
Let's just stay focused on the task at hand, shall we?
Bruce is right. We are people with purpose. We're here to get the
If I was in a game
Shut
like
your
this, I
pipe,
wonder
will you, John?
what color my
You gotta learn to
dialogue
live in the moments.
in the subtitles would be. How many people have you hit with that sledgehammer? How much blood was on it already?
Wait here. I'll be right back with
Forget it, Brucey boy. Your secret lab ain't really a secret. Cobblepot's got quite a mouth on him. I don't think he ever shut it the whole time I was working at Blackgate Prison. He told me all sorts of interesting stuff.
Oh, I forgot she worked at Blackgate in this.
Say, do you like chess? Work your magic. Tick-tock.
I forgot
What's
about
the
this.
hold up?
See, Batman's always got some kind of gadgetry, even in Wayne Enterprises, that opens up a door. Queen to Queen's level 3.
Tight squeeze.
You know,
But yeah, guys, about the
I
Joaquin
think
Phoenix
you
thing.
two are the closest
Warner's
friends
needs
I've ever had.
a real serious win, or a real, like, adult rated R kind of win, because the consumer confidence is coming back for them some, but a lot of it is now, like, jokier, more comedic superhero movies.
Lucius, you have seriously...
I think Joker is important for them because of that. It's not on any kind of a continuity level. The nice thing about that movie is it's a standalone thing that's not connected to anything else, and it's a period piece. So if it sucks, they don't... Hopefully, they won't feel like they have to go back and reinvent the wheel.
Thank you, Lucius.
Come on.
Yeah, it looks very art housey. It also looks like it could be very forced art housey. Like, we know how important The Dark Knight was to people, and how people considered that like a real movie and not just a silly comic book thing. and it could be reflected too much in that. It's like, we have to make a deep and important film, which is part of the problem in Man of Steel.
Office upstairs.
Better question. Where's the phalanx key?
Purple and black, of course. Your subtitles would be purple and black. I guess mine would just be purple.
Well, what you
Azim, I agree with that.
Sweetie? Go get it.
The more variety in the superhero genre, the better. The way this room is lit, for a minute it felt like we were in the flashback with these characters that we were just seeing with Lucius. Gotta stop talking over that everything. But people are saying interesting things.
Lock protocol vault thumbprint required Lucius Fox. That's not right. Why the
Michael says my subtitles would just change based on my decisions.
Been in here.
Would they be like mood subtitles?
Long, Bruce.
It's saying it won't open without Lucius's thumbprint.
And that got blown up with
There's
the
a character in the
rest
third
of
season,
them,
Jessica Jones, who is described as
all the dumb
being
luck.
like a human mood ring. That's
saying
kind
we
of
can't
just
get
an
it
interesting
open,
power. I'm about 9 episodes into that. I have liked it so far.
Or you.
Let me try to find latent prints around here with my
Which is a nice surprise, considering how much I did not enjoy season 2. I'll talk about that soon when I'm finished with it. Oh, of course, bad. Yeah, it really sucks that this studio is done, especially for this franchise, because this ends on too interesting of a note to not do more with.
Dinner to celebrate Tiffany's first day at Wayne Enterprises. Sorry you didn't make it there, Lucius.
I mean, your daughter still sort of sucks, but I'm sorry that you missed that. Let's scan this cat thing.
All right,
looks like a cupcake. Cat cupcake. Cat cake. This stuff can get tedious where you just scan a bunch of stuff and it's sort of like character building or character development, and sometimes it doesn't actually tell you enough where it feels necessary. And like this, at least, you know, for the plot, each thing that I'm scanning
Come on already.
is getting us some progress. But sometimes you'll have scenes like this where you just look at a bunch of things, and then at the end of it, you're like, okay, I really only need to look at like one thing, but it makes me do all of them before I can back out.
He's not hurt too badly.
Detroit Become Human had that problem in some places too. I'm with you, Michael. It sucks that Daredevil's done, but at least that was a more satisfying ending than leaving off on season 2 would have been, or especially leaving off at the end of Defenders would have been. Cinematographic, that's a great point.
One more
I think you hit the nail on the head with that and articulated something I never could have, which is Tiffany seems too Nickelodeon. Yeah! New Nickelodeon.
Just a bunch of old reports. Need to remember to clean out some of this junk.
I mean, yes, like a reviewer, I didn't need any more Jessica Jones, but
print.
I'm happy that I haven't been bored. What was I spoiling, Purple and Black?
There we go.
Bruce Wayne, turn the sound on your phone off.
Okay.
Why do you have to have the sound on?
Now that's a shiny piece of metal.
How is it helping you learn any more about the thing or enhancing the experience to have it go?
Heat generator pudding. Tell him what it does.
It emits a pulse that knocks out other nearby electronic devices.
No, I got the sense at the end of Daredevil season 3 that I get the distinct impression that the producers were not totally sure if they were going to come back or not. That they were already getting a good sense of how Netflix and Disney weren't getting along,
Get that door
and
open post-haste.
they could not be sure that they were going to get more. So I think the way in which that is an ending was intentional. And back to you guys, that's just my opinion. I mean, other folks might think it's kind of boring, but... And it is decompressed, but it's more Bendis decompressed. It doesn't feel padded, and I'm not constantly looking at other subplots that I don't really care about, wondering how they're ever gonna
stay there,
be integrated into the A story.
Anything. I touch what
how they're gonna converge.
Brucey boy. You knew what's best for you. You'd quit giving
Everything is
orders
really,
and find me that
really
key.
well interwoven in that season. I mean, I like the hyenas too.
Looking for this.
Guys, when we get finished with this scene, I'm gonna take about a 4 or 5 minute break.
Find out what you got my dad mixed up in. This is much worse than.
Oh, great!
You're not safe here. You have to hide.
What the hell are you doing with a secret room full of weapons?
In the words of Lana Luthor,
What's going on here, Bruce? What's all this for?
You gotta believe
it's not what it looks
this
like.
Is not what it looks like.
Oh, really? A man who hates guns doesn't produce them in secret. I came looking for answers, but I didn't expect this. You're in much deeper than I thought.
Oh my god.
These people you're with. I saw on the cameras what they did to them.
Oh yeah, Purple and Black. I'm not gonna tell you anything about how it ends, just to say that
worse. Get out of sight.
It does feel like
what's taking so long.
I didn't end that season going, oh man, there's just so many threads that will never be
you. We met at your father's
tied up,
funeral.
and the two certainly did have that.
Okay, Bruce, you need to get physical. I get it. Be as quiet as lab rats. But
she has like this really sanctimonious expression on her face all the time.
I want to know about your
it's irritating.
Friend here. What am I supposed to tell her?
I don't like any of
You
these.
have to say anything to her, John. Okay?
Kay? That sounds like a thing Bruce Wayne would say.
In Arkham,
Kay?
I'm well known for my discretion. All the guards confided in me. I don't like lying to Harley.
You know how normal people break into their own company and get too involved and then
get me that. I could go out there and, make Harley happy.
Go after the MacGuffin for the story, for some criminals they don't actually really want to work with because they're Batman. And then run into their dead friend's daughter and have to explain it to them. Like a normal person.
Hey now, no need to get personal. We're all in the same
Yep, I'm going this way.
The key, Tiffany.
Just do it.
We can all be on our way.
Don't you know
no.
What you're supposed to do when you work at a shop and somebody tries to steal stuff, they pull a gun on you? You're just supposed to give them what they want, okay? Oh, Bag, you don't know what I'm talking about? That's just a normal everyday thing, okay? Like, Bag, I think you still got a little bit of growing up left to do if you don't know what I'm talking about, okay?
Boy's got more than just technology in his boots.
When you're my age, you'll understand.
Down here too.
Just let her go, Harley.
I don't think I will. Not without knowing who this vicious is.
No, the biggest lesson I learned from 89 is that Bruce Wayne is indeed a normal person.
Or smash her head in. You gonna tell me?
Am I gonna do it? Yep.
She's a new hire at Wayne Enterprises, okay? A lab assistant. Trust me.
And fired
she's not
at this point.
That's a real shame, Brucey. You're gonna have to pay a fortune in workers' comp.
You people killed my dad,
wow.
didn't you?
John really wants to see her die.
And now you're here raiding his lab.
I whacked a bunch of people.
I don't think this is the direction that
of us.
I know, no, it's the
Ain't
best.
that right, Brucey? Came to us for help with a mutual enemy. Now you wanna be part of the family,
yeah.
don't ya?
Yeah, that's right. I'm with you. Birds of a feather and all that.
Oh, Bruce, I'm tearing up. You can be a real heartbreaker.
Purple Black Sanctimonious, like, kind of taking moral high ground. That kiss did not look like it even remotely connected.
Let her go. Bruce will keep her quiet, one way or another, now that he's part of the family.
Yeah, Nazim, I guess I'm laying on my dislike for that character just a little bit because it's funny, but I don't care for her.
Oh, that's
I guess she's maybe a little bit more fun when she goes kind of into Robin mode, but... I guess there's probably some folks that are here that haven't played this game before, so I guess I should be a little bit more careful about spoilers, but...
Load that thing up too, John.
That shouldn't surprise anybody, though. It's kind of the obvious way to go.
Hurry it up.
That is not the direction I thought I would go, but I don't think I did that last time, and I was kind of curious. Yeah, Steven, I'm just not sure. And hi there, by the way. I didn't see you before. I'm just not totally sure if that was on purpose. Okay, guys, I am gonna take a bit of a break now that we're past that scene. Give me about 5 minutes or so. I'm gonna leave the stream going, and I will be right back in just a little bit. So hang around, will you? It'll probably still be another hour and a half before we're finished, because we oh, okay, Izzy, I see what you're saying. Mr. Robato's leaving, see you later. But yeah, I'm not actually leaving, I'm gonna come back. I'm not gonna start a second stream, so I'm just gonna leave this going, and I'm gonna get a drink and such and so on. So I'll be right back, folks. Usually I would turn off my microphone, my camera and stuff, but with the PS4 mic, I don't know how to do that. So you guys will actually, while I'm taking my break, see me back here getting my drink and stuff. So I guess I'll keep talking for just a little bit while I'm doing this. I am getting a little bit of cranberry juice. Gonna have a little cran vodka. It's my drink of choice lately. See how awkward we can make this. Yeah, this is what game streaming is like. This doesn't go in the fridge. This is vodka. It's pineapple vodka, you guys. You got vodka with pineapple already in it. Isn't that crazy? It's just crazy. Okay, guys, just a couple minutes. Be right back. All right, gentlemen. Took a little break. Now I'm back. I see everybody, or at least some folks in the comments, talking about snacks they're having. Somebody wants some goldfish crackers. We used to keep a lot of goldfish crackers in the house. We go to Sam's Club. We used to get the big, giant box of goldfish crackers. I've got a picture. My 4-year-old loves goldfish crackers, and I've got a picture of him. I guess in a box. I guess it's a huge bag, but it's like the smaller bags they have, but it's enormous. But this is really a cute picture of Freddy holding that. It's like bigger than he is. Azim, thanks for the compliment about my kitchen. We'll resume the game here in a second. This kitchen is actually new. We had this built about 1.5 years ago, and this used to be a really super Spartan kitchen, and it's wonderful now. It's state-of-the-art. My wife designed it. She's an architect, and it has been just wonderful. And like all normal people do, we play video games in the kitchen. We also play some stuff on our projector screen in the living room, but some other systems happen to be in the kitchen because that's the easiest place to put them for various reasons. And it is a strange, odd thing we do, but we set this up for a party a couple years ago, and we loved it so much we just left it on the buffet. So that's where they are. Anyway, let's get started, or get back into it. Here we go. Back to action, as they say in Power Rangers. Here we go.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I was just hanging out with Harley Quinn and
I'm fine, Alfred.
John, and getting, stabbed. No big deal.
I was keeping an eye on you over the security feed.
Well, breaking into my own company was unexpected.
David says, riddle me this.
When I saw
What's
that
green
mad
has
woman
4
coming
eyes
at Tiffany.
and a fan
I don't blame you for saying
4
you were
bats? I don't know right. I'm not sure right away.
To placate them, even if it meant breaking Tiffany's heart.
Especially if it meant breaking
That young woman
Tiffany's
is
heart.
smarter than both of us, Bruce. It's only a matter of time before she puts the rest of the pieces together.
Really?
You know what she's like. She won't stop digging until she gets to the truth.
So she's like a brilliant detective now? Is that what we're saying? All right.
Tell her. I've always
Well, see, I thought that's where you're going, but then I wasn't sure if the 4 eyes thing was about my glasses, and I overthought it. Save me the lecture.
This is hard enough without a lecture.
I'm sorry if you feel this is a lecture.
But yeah, Michael, I was going to say,
myself.
We've been playing Mario Maker 2 on the projector, and it's been a lot of fun.
To tonight's other catastrophes, your night watchman got a nasty
Oh, that's true, Bag. This is the room. It's the room.
I've already arranged for him.
Are you talking about the suitcase? Am I thinking about what you're Pinky, or are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Camera feed with dummy footage.
Well, I think so, Brain, but do you think people would still buy it if they called it a sad room? If they called it a sad meal? Excuse me, is the joke?
Problems. She seemed to be thoroughly unsettled after your encounter.
Yeah, no, this is a really good Alfred.
After what went on, it'll be a challenge to smooth things over with her.
Especially because I screwed that up as much as I humanly possibly could.
One thing after another.
What you need to understand, though, is that I did it on purpose.
Figure out the right thing.
Yes, I suppose I will. Bruce, I know we agreed...
Funny that he'll remember that. I felt like that was the single most generic thing I could have said.
And believe me, I want to see these monsters pay for what they've done. But this whole masquerade...
And I will make them pay for what they've done!
It's exhausting.
Alfred, as Patrick Stewart, as Captain Picard.
Well, be careful, and...
The way the bat signal just moved was as unrealistic as humanly possible. It was hilarious. That's true, Divin. This Alfred is not at all like the Gotham Alfred. I'm gonna have to finish that show at some point. At the expense of some of my brain cells.
How long does this usually take?
It takes as long as it takes. You don't just call him like a dog.
Yeah, Michael, that's a prerequisite for the
There's a million
job.
more efficient ways of contacting you, but you do it like this.
Symbols.
Cinematographic guy had just a really good viewing.
Just
like First Contact that day.
This is a waste of my time.
I've been thinking about so much over the last few years.
Almost friendly. It's a strange sight.
About things I don't like about that movie. That
about time.
Gordon, getting back to the positive stuff. I haven't thought about it in a long time. Just kind of made me giddy.
He's forgetting I'm the one who can make or break his career.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to binge, too.
You only remind me every other minute.
Clearly, I need a better method of getting the message across.
That's enough.
I keep picking things that I'm picking because they're sarcastic, and then I don't say the sarcastic thing.
As he pleases.
That kiss and makeup is not a thing Batman would usually say.
But this is my
But neither is some of the stuff Bruce keeps saying to John.
You're gonna push me too far, you hear me?
Is that a threat?
No, just God's honest truth. Something you wouldn't know a damn thing about.
David 22, I don't think I could bring myself to go back and watch Gotham from the beginning, but...
on you, doesn't she? If she's jammed you up somehow, just say the word.
But you might also know what it is.
Whatever it takes to
I'm not sure.
I'll do whatever I can.
Ooh, am I gonna... yep, I'm gonna tell him.
She knows who I am, Jim.
Oh, yeah? Well, so do I. You're Batman.
Because I'm
That's all
Batman.
you ever have to be. That's all Gotham needs you to be.
So Gordon is the one character that we just went totally traditional with in this game, right? Like, there's not a reinvention here at all. He's animated series Gordon. He's a lot like, I guess in a lot of ways, Nolan
come to
Gordon.
Gotham,
Like,
put
he's
the
just
chains
Gordon.
on Riddler and his gang and get the hell out. I'm just saying, this city gets under your skin fast.
Yeah, Night Watch. I like season 3 a lot too.
Best laid plans and all that.
You didn't choose this profession because it's easy. You do the job, or you don't.
I'm gonna throw you a bone.
You're absolutely right.
Now get off my cape.
I guess you locals see it differently. Agent Avesta. She fought to get on this assignment, you know. Wanted to see her old neighborhood. Wanted to see you. Her hometown hero. She wanted to impress you. She admires what you do for the people of this city.
Yeah, Zim, that's the big complaint I have about these games.
Is important to her.
Oh, I should have asked if she knew my secret. I meant to, yeah.
She's one of my best.
I didn't see that until I hit X.
Still, wouldn't impress you?
I didn't process it, right?
It's the same thing that made her move too fast on Riddler.
That's how I botched up
lesson learned.
Detroit, really.
My lab techs were able to replicate a dose of the venom serum from the vial Bane left behind at the police arsenal.
Yeah, back at the Geekvolution Gaming Kitchen.
It's actually a counter-agent.
Ooh, you gotta have one of those. You gotta have a...
After a brief rush, it'll flush the venom from his system.
How do you know so much about Venom?
And exhausted.
And Bane?
Could be useful. So, Wayne Enterprises. Heard you made some new friends.
You're having me followed.
Yeah, I'm not with you on Gordon and Rises, but that shouldn't surprise you at all.
EMP and a key that'll open every lock I would want to keep bolted shut. They're clearly planning something. The stakes are too high to leave.
So you gotta have your MacGuffin weapon that everybody's after, and you gotta have your toxin and the antitoxin to the toxin.
Everything blew up. I knew I could count on you.
Yeah, Waller is also really traditional. That's a good point, isn't he?
You're good at this. Seems like you've already won Harley Quinn's trust.
That's a joke, right, Night Watch? I don't remember that.
Putting a tail on me jeopardizes the mission.
Pretty sure that's not true.
You're right. I will.
Michael, you bring up a really good
point. Base of operations. Somewhere they'll be.
Which is that Waller,
when they're all together out in the open,
can kind of do the I'm Batman thing.
I'll be standing by.
How do you know that? How'd you figure that out? How'd you manage that? Because I'm Waller.
Sound good? They'll never know what hit them.
They'll never see me coming.
If we do this, I want to guarantee.
Oh, I should have said Lupin Gordon.
Killed.
Yeah, well.
No one dies.
No one has to join murder gangs run by maniacs either. Look, I know your code against killing, but I won't risk my agent's safety for a band of sociopaths. Batman. If it gets bad for you, just remember.
You care about your agents?
We're out here. When you're in deep like this, you need friends.
I mean, I get not wanting to put them in jeopery to help crazy people, but Waller is also usually...
And what's right, what's wrong...
Totally, and it justifies the means. If I have to, I have to.
What? That's okay. Because you're going to have to do some blurry things.
It's convenient for me. I like the 4 R's in blurry. That's great.
You hear me? That's just how these kinds of operations go down.
I created Batman to strike fear into criminals, not become one.
Oh, you had the two bag? Yeah. That just seems a little bit out of character for her.
You should think about which one Gotham really needs.
I mean, obviously I would want this character to be somewhat complex. Like, Waller does also... I mean, she is also a character that you can compare very much to Batman, where she refuses to change, and she has feelings, and she does care about stuff, even though she puts up a wall and tries to look like she doesn't. But she does seem to care less than Batman, and does seem to be able to justify things more easily than he does, and does step over a villain-hero line more than Batman does, and is easier to see as a straight-up bad guy a lot of the time.
Here we go.
But I still question that line. Even if she feels that way, I question that she would tell Batman that, you know, that she would confide in that to Batman. And Michael, she kind of has that in common with Lex Luthor in a lot of versions. Yeah, Michael, she is more complex and three-dimensional in Justice League.
Away from home.
So we're going to spend a lot of time in this hideaway.
We're happy to have you.
There's a lot of things in here that will remind us of the Arkham games.
John.
You said you'd kill him after you got what you needed.
So what? Ain't a girl allowed
I'm with
to
you,
change
Noah.
her mind?
This undercover stuff is really fun.
Could someone get me out of these handcuffs, please?
And it's fun to have all these villains in a more low-key setting like this, where it's not just like a who's who rogues gallery where we just kick him, where we just have you know, Bruce Wayne or Batman,
Well, it seems
you know,
like
fight a bunch of these
breeze
guys and be
Gotham.
like, oh look, they got their
More like an empty suit.
they got their scene. We do flesh most of these characters out a little bit.
I bring us back the transport and the arms we require.
We do character stuff here instead of just
worthless aristocrat. We don't need
you know, put a
his
big
money.
gang together and
We have
watch
what
them
we
all
need to
fight.
finish this.
It's nice.
Thanks to me.
He ain't worthless.
Hi,
you
Blue
overgrown
Dragonfly. Good to see you,
bicep.
man.
You already got us an EMP device.
As I said
and a
earlier, it's
phone.
been long enough since I played this. I'm
I'll
going to have to
betcha
kind
I
of
can find a use for him.
rebuild an opinion on
I do
Bane.
not care how much these two swoon over you, Wayne.
Yeah, Nightwatch, I felt like this
don't
stuff took a
want
long
you
time
here,
too, but
and
I
we
also
don't
enjoyed a lot of the
need you
character stuff with it. And again, just the reinventions. Just the ways in which this is Ultimate Batman.
Turn it off!
Turn it off! Now!
Can you
Blue
do
Dragonfly,
something
did
about
Cap
this?
drink the slushy? I did drink the slushy! Yes, I did. I don't remember doing that last time. It was wonderfully awkward.
You need to uncover.
Don't.
Thank you guys all for coming out tonight. Hanging out with me for a bit.
I can turn it off.
Make it stop, or I will seal you both in ice.
Things go according to plan, you guys, if you are so inclined, and can pop in. I don't mean to
get that electricity back on immediately,
expect you to spend so much of your valuable time with me, but if you're able to, I will be here a little bit more often this next week or two. I have no idea what order I'm supposed to do this in, or if there was any sense of it. I'm just pressing buttons right now because I was talking in the audience. Okay, now I'm looking at the schematic and trying to be less stupid. Okay, so green, green, red, 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 green. Yes. Isn't that right? Green. No, this one down here needs to be red. And then that's... Wait a minute. I thought of it. Do some of these change when I press other ones? Okay, so we're good now. Sweet. What happened there? Was I too late? Did I get it wrong? What? Yeah, I was trying to match it to the blueprint.
What have you done?
For a minute, I didn't even notice that was there, but once I did, I started trying to flip the switches. And there were a couple that were the wrong color.
You fool!
Brain freeze, that's great, Michael. That were the wrong color that I thought I flipped to the right color, but then when I looked back at them, they were wrong. I don't know what happened there.
Ice.
Let's try again. All right. We'll start at the top.
You don't get that electricity back on immediately.
So this, and it even gives me instructions at the top, but I didn't notice them.
Hell.
Okay, that's supposed to be green, that's supposed to be red. That should do it. Yeah. Oh, there's more than one. I see. All right. And then this one is supposed to be green. Yes. And then that's why I didn't do it fast enough last time I bet. I didn't know there was more than the one. Okay. Well, I hope some folks just now tuned in so that you didn't see me be an idiot before. It does say Cap can't play in the title, but I have so far sort of been able to play this.
We know that it works.
Because I'm mostly watching a movie that I'm occasionally going, yeah, I'll have him say this sarcastic thing he's not going to actually say remotely verbatim.
You may have impressed these two, but I haven't made up my mind about crushing.
I'm with you, Zine. That's a really good point, that we got so many rogues.
Everyone back
in a satisfying way, relatively, for the most part.
Who put you in charge?
In only 2 games.
Somebody has to give the orders.
Yeah, no, I didn't go for any freeze puns. Or I know you mean he didn't go for any freeze puns. That's a good point. He should have.
That was a nice job.
Blue Dragon 5, yeah, contact me about OBS and I'll help you figure that out. DJ hasn't actually done it. I just patch him in through Skype. It's pretty easy. I can send you some screenshots and stuff and show you how to do it. Happy to do it! No, sorry, I'll do the John's thumbs up. Yeah, cinematographic or a Scarecrow.
Listen, Bruce.
He would have been a little bit much to put in this game, especially since we're dealing with Venom.
You showed me you were loyal.
Doing that and Fear Toxic at the same time.
Did everything I asked, despite all the trouble I gave you. You probably noticed I like to stir things up. It's a bad habit. And, well, it's made me more enemies.
So this is one of that scene where she acts like she's, you know, confiding in Bruce and showing her his real side.
I know they probably mean a lot to you.
Thank you, Harley. Your apology means a lot.
And you can tell that this is still part of her
You
plan.
probably think I'm a terrible person, but I want you to understand.
You know, she's trying to be. She's trying to look sincere and.
Seconds you get torn to shreds.
I can only imagine.
If I'm always pushing buttons, it's to keep people off balance.
I just had to push a bunch of buttons. I can relate to
my
that.
Next move. Keep the real me hidden. I hope you ain't
Yeah, she comes right out and says that. Yeah.
To be honest, I've been at it so long I don't even notice I'm doing it.
See, you're smarter than I thought because
who I am.
I watched the animated
I
series.
wasn't sure what to make of you. I'm impressed.
Cool party.
I'm gonna
Thanks, guys.
take that as a compliment, but don't push your luck.
I get it. No, I get it. I get it.
Bane's a powder keg. Freeze. Well, you saw Freeze.
Is he? He's a powder keg.
Sweet. And believe me, he's got heaps of potential.
Like, Bane's quick to just punch things when he thinks he needs to, but he doesn't look like a guy who's...
You got your head screwed on right.
Like...
You're reasonable.
You know, about to explode at any moment.
Reasonable.
Like he's trying to hold himself together, but he's like... I would call John a powder keg.
To be a part of it.
Yeah, Beck, I thought that earlier.
Use that EMP better than any of these other clowns. I want you to come with.
Depends on the job.
Sounds intriguing. What's the target?
I like you, Brucey.
Yeah, Blue Dragon 5, how did that work out?
My secrets on
if you tried to romance Harley, how far did you get with her?
It's need to know.
Because I don't know how far it allows you to go.
All will be revealed eventually. Using that EMP, though, that's gonna make tonight's job a whole lot less messy. And that
that's true.
Bane, he loves making a mess. People getting killed just makes his day.
I like no-neck ass
You're
hat.
gonna come with. You gotta convince the others.
Convince them?
It's a real pain in the ass sometimes.
But see, she's trying to act genuine with both of them is sizing the other one up and able to tell that that's what they're each doing.
Let me know how I can.
She's real calculating and kind of verbal tug of war going on here. Let's find out about Freeze.
So what's the deal with Freeze? He's unique.
You mean why he's blue and
I think this is one of those conversations where it gives you the option to have her do a lot of exposition.
Only thing he gives two hoots about is.
And so it'll look like it's giving you two choices and you might not get the other one, but the other one will come up at some point again.
And I mean everything. Job, health, soul, the whole shebang.
That's what I figured, guys, yeah.
Steph keeps her on ice in the
With
next
trying
room
to
while he searches for a cure.
Actually kindling romance with Harley.
I mean, it explains why he flipped when the EMP went off.
I doubt his
In the first game with Catwoman, I wasn't sure how far you could take it either, and then it is a full-on romance if you do the right things.
So he'd be better off not getting what he wants.
You can say that again, but he might not want to hear it. Talking about his wife is the only way to get Freeze to pay attention to you.
Duly noted.
But watch yourself. His attention ain't on
The problem, of course, is then I have to tell him where I got that information.
I get the feeling Bane doesn't like me very much.
That knucklehead respects strength and loyalty.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Show him you got
Dragon
those, and he'll come around. He's a man's man. I don't got much time for all that burly machismo, but sit him down for a beer or something. He'll hear what you gotta say.
Machismo does not sound like a word
He may
you say
kill
that
you when
often,
you're
Harley.
done, but at least he'll listen.
Yeah, Michael, that's true, but you do at least end up having some kind of a romance with that character, with Catwoman. Because, like, Eric and I decided from the very beginning, our goal with Catwoman was going to be to, you know, get physical, to have to have a physical relationship, and that was not that difficult to make happen. But yes, it does not ultimately last. Oh, Azine, there's nothing to be embarrassed about with that
spirit of you
at all. I mean, romance is such a
really what I'm
natural, major part of a lot of people's lives, and can make for wonderful drama when it's done correctly. I would love to write a romance novel myself, to be honest with you, just because it sounds really challenging. And, like, I don't know if I can pull it off. I don't mean like a Harley Quinn romance novel sort of thing. I don't mean something like, you know, really melodramatic, but, you know, an actual mainstream literary sort of story.
I heard about your wife, and
Uh-oh. Well, I guess he is paying attention to me. You said this was the way.
What do you mean?
That you would pay attention to me, but you are.
You'll answer me if you're smart and understand the concept of self-preservation.
He's got a great voice, too.
Well, that kind of love is rare.
My wife followed your goings-on in the society column's way.
But Noah, that's a lot of Harley Quinn Joker stories, right?
That's how I know how precious that kind of
It's a really abusive romance. Really unhealthy relationship. I mean, I watch, in its way, it's a pretty standard Freeze, but I like the look of it.
What happens to your wife?
I like his voice a lot.
What do you propose?
I mean, I was talking earlier about how... One second. Gordon seemed to be pretty much the only character that was not reinvented, but then somebody suggested Waller is pretty classic, and she is. I guess Freeze is for the most part, too. Unless there's something I'm forgetting.
Deserves it, right? The innocent deserve our protection.
You're right about that much. I'll talk
yeah,
to
back,
Bane.
But, you know, it might suck and then you wouldn't want to give it to her, so...
You have my word.
But I don't know. I might consider
making
that the next book I write,
Any tips on
after
Bane?
the next one I've got planned when I finally get around to working on it.
Good luck.
I do have a plan for another novel that I'd like to work on soon. I need to get the food book published, or at least put out. I mean, I'm not going to try to mainstream publish that. I'm going to do it on my own.
What are they planning to do? I don't have time to sort through all this. Not with them watching me.
But I have been kicking around doing a goal on the Captain Logan Show for a live show where I read the book in its entirety, no matter how long it takes, for you guys before it even goes to print. And it could happen. I am kicking around making that a goal this summer.
I can't risk tampering with it.
I mean, it's long enough. It may have to take a couple sessions, but I would love to just go front and back and just see how long it takes. Telltale Captain Cold, that would be interesting. Night Watch, I totally hear you there. Very realistic folding chairs. Okay, I've been talking to you guys. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Yeah, Azim, she is pretty young in that show. Bag, I think Telltale would have been a great place to do a Star Trek game. I would love some story-driven Star Trek. It's usually just ship fighting.
It's so good to see you. Like, so good.
Always good to see you, John.
I've been wanting to say, Bruce, thanks for helping me out before. And
you just sound so desperate all the time.
Good.
For friends.
I actually thought you'd be mad about what happened before Wayne Enterprises. Harley really seemed
anybody that has seen Spawn Year, and particularly the ending of Spawn Year, look at this picture behind Bruce of Joker. We did a Doomsvent shot in front of my wife from a wedding photo that looks exactly like that.
I should have known right when we pinky sweared that everything would work out great.
Harley wants me to try to get in good with Bane and Freeze.
I think you're well on your way to doing just that.
I want to read into something with John sitting in a wheelchair, and I just can't put my finger on it.
I can to help, too. You didn't catch it? It looked like Bane
that picture
might kill you. I set off that
John and Harley, where she just is not giving him the time of day at all.
Thought it might give you a chance to show off your technical skills in front of Freeze. That's the only thing I think he really respects.
That was intentional? John, how did you manage to do that?
No Bane was going to kill you?
That's a good point, Michael. The green 10 in this room.
Lucius would have put safeguards on the EMP to keep you from doing...
Yeah, but it's still amusing because, like, he intentionally puts a green light in the room.
I guess we both got really lucky. And wouldn't you know?
Yeah, first time I played through this, I really wondered how much of what John was doing was putting on an act, making up a character.
Better get cracking on getting those.
I think that it's happening a lot more with Harley than it is with him. He is trying to manipulate situations, but I think he is.
If they don't.
He is insecure. He does want Bruce to be his friend. He is interested in Harley. I think all the things that he says he wants, he does want. I think he does play dumb at times. And again, in a way, he's being more like Harley Quinn, a traditional Harley Quinn, than he is traditional Joker.
Priska.
Now, Bane loves that beer. I bought some for when I need to talk to him. He's scarier than anybody.
How often does that work? You have this giant case of beer that you just... After the 19th one that you bring to Bane, he's got to be like, I see what you're doing. But yeah, Priska beer, that's fun.
I think she really brightens up the room.
Oh, he's got several pictures of her like that. That's fun.
How'd you two meet?
Same way you and I met. In Arkham. She found me at a dark time and gave me a reason to live out here and experience all this. I don't see how we are destined to be together. It just wouldn't make any sense.
That's called denial, John. Let's look at this empty space.
Did you have one here?
Oh, that spot was for Batman.
No, that'd be great. Or it'd be great if Joker brought him beer drink, and he was like, I don't like domestic beer.
I only saw him for a second in Arkham, but...
That's really
man, I'd love to see him again.
He just runs on beer drink, like coursing through his veins. And he gets, like, big and crazy. He's like, beer drink! And he has to say it every time he, like, hulks out. He's like, beer drink! I want that. I want that game. Yeah, let's make a parody of Telltale Batman. Because, clearly now is the time. You know, clearly it is at its most relevant now. And now's the time. I really want to make him wear that t-shirt, and I just don't know if anyone ever would get it. But that's the kind of thing Eric likes to put on a t-shirt. It's like 2% if anybody would understand what was on a shirt. I don't love to do that because I have to explain it to everybody. What the heck is Beard Drink? Oh, well, Telltale Batman. What's Telltale Batman? Oh, well, it was a video game where it's kind of a game, but it's also like kind of like a movie. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure thing. Oh, okay, so what's Beard Drink? Well, it's at a bar. Like, I don't like to wear shirts like that. Just have to constantly explain things to people. It's like the main reason not to get tattoos. Okay, I remember getting stuck here the first time around where I was like, so there's people to talk to and stuff to kind of do, but what am I supposed to be doing? I guess you just click around for a while and... Okay, we already walked around all these folding chairs. Is this where Joker has his therapy seminar? So I think I have to cross over here. The first time I played this, it took me a while to even realize that you could go across that plank.
What the hell do you want? Bane doesn't want us talking to him. Get out of here.
You're not wearing a ski mask. We only talk to people that wear ski masks. This is the ski mask corner.
EMP shielding. This material will keep whatever it's insulating from being affected by the EMP blast.
Thanks for that exposition, Bruce. Oh, I gotta get in front of him. This is embarrassing. See, this is the problem with games like this, where you're just kind of like walking around a person, where like in real life they'd be like, "What are you doing?" I'm gonna give him beer. That's my whole plan. Did I pocket the beer? There's not like an inventory in this game.
Please, come.
Oh wow, that really works. Oh wait, it doesn't work at all. I just get thrown around and get 45-pound barbells stuck in my face.
Killed your friend. Someone did that to me. I bombed their building, killed their friend.
Okay, that's a great line. Instantly, he's more like Bane.
I have to know. Are you here for payback?
But he's like loyal and has friends and things. It's weird.
Answer me, or I will break.
Let's see, Bane never works with people and doesn't respect anybody ever.
Any revenge I wanted, I already got.
And again, I know we're reinventing characters in this game,
but
I don't know that it's as interesting.
In this line of work.
That's true, Michael. He didn't open it. That's
Trust has been the hardest
really weird superpower.
Especially after Riddler's death.
Don't risk it. I think I actually did it last time, so I thought I'd see where it goes this time.
Men you can trust. So hard to find.
That's a really good point, Blue Dragon 5. See, if I brought him beer drink, he would have already dropped the barbells on me.
The prisoner he was supposed to be guarding got away. And yet
he's that badass. He just drank the bottle top.
This is crazy.
I suspect we have
and pulled it off with his teeth.
One begins to smell a
like,
after Riddler's murder and that prisoner getting away.
Loyalty is all.
Yeah, Blue Dragon 5, I'm not a huge fan of this design. Like,
there can be no trust.
I guess I like the luchador mask
that you are who you say you are.
Bottom cut out.
Really
that's kind of fun.
Do all that you claim.
I still say the tattoos look kind of drawn on though. Like every morning he gets up and just puts it on.
Only one of you walks out of here. You know me.
Okay, well.
Sooner one of you
now you're just doing tryouts.
The other's head. The sooner we get this over with. Fine. I'll prove it.
Well, this is gonna get violent quick. I'm gonna circle punch you, and I'm gonna square kick you. Merciful or brutal? Somebody say real quick. No. See, there's just not time to let you guys help. So I guess I have to beat the crap. Okay, well, I did what Azim wanted. Maybe not as brutal as it would have been, though.
Maybe you do have what it takes to join our pack.
So does that just default to one of them if you don't do anything? Would it be more interesting if, like, Bane was like,
been getting ready for.
Do something if you want to live!
Good. I'm ready.
Not so fast, the money bags. You're not in the pact. Not yet. Not till everyone votes.
Oh man, I want to be in the pact.
Bruce Wayne.
The Typhon Pact.
Or out.
The aristocrat is not afraid to dirty his hands. I say we add him to the pact.
Wow. I got Bane's vote.
There may be more to Wayne than first appeared. You can be trusted.
Come on, guys, let me work here. Let me hang out with you guys. I've always wanted to be in a place with fire in barrels.
Handsome, like super handsome. It's nuts, you guys. And where was I going with this? Right.
Oh, Hacienda is awesome.
Well, aren't you, Mr. Popular?
That's very funny. I had never noticed that before. Good stuff.
Is in. You've earned a ticket to ride, pal. Make sure that EMP shielding is on those
He's got a ticket to ride, but he don't care.
To get that package.
Remember, when we work together, no one can stop us. When we work together, the world can be
Bane's like evil Zordon.
Let's go!
And he really believes what he's saying, too. He's like, teamwork, even when you're bad guys, is important. He's got a whole, like, honor code thing in this. He's got a whole, like, honor among thieves thing. Bag, I'm not sure what happens if you don't convince Freeze and Bane, because I think I did last time I played through this also. That really subtle kind of guitar melody, or a kind of bass, I should say, melody, is going to get stuck in my head. I don't think I would have noticed it if I wasn't wearing headphones, but it's like, it's going to be stuck in my head for a week now. Yeah, with Dragon 5, I will answer your email.
Wayne, we are close.
If you don't hear from me in a couple days, bother me about it, but I will respond as soon as possible.
EMP primed and ready to go.
It's just sometimes I'll check an email while I'm out, and I won't have a chance to respond right away, and then I'll forget about it.
We have almost reached the target vehicle.
So, I will do my level best not to do that, though.
Waller. On the move.
You know, maybe I didn't convince Freeze last time. Now that you say that, Bag.
People here now.
We've got your signal locked.
Yeah, I gotta be a double agent. No, that's fun.
Now we do this.
Some nice intrigue in this game. Did you see the breath fog on the glass there? That looked really good.
What in the?
Yeah, look at that.
I gotta say, Bruce, now that we're actually here and it's really happening.
It's interesting some of the attention to detail to make things look realistic in a very
we have an obstruction ahead, both lanes.
stylized comic book looking thing.
Do not engage.
Like, it's not photorealistic. It's not trying to be. And I like the look at this. I think they improved it quite a bit from the first game. But it's not trying to be that. But then there are places where it's like,
what was that?
They didn't have to do that on the windshield. But they did.
All comms are down.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure the end of this episode was where Eric and I got really upset.
Carry the torch, Mr.
Because we were trying to help Bane, and it gave us a choice that made it look like that was the choice to help Bane, but it turned out that it was the thing that went against him, and we were like, that's not what we were trying to do. Hopefully I do this right. Cinegraphic says Telltale Batman double agent is 100% possible. Bathhouse? I guess I don't know what that is referring to. Okay. Guys, I just can't help myself. I always punch. Because it's hilarious.
Third place is on the perimeter. Keep
Yeah.
Freeze! Open the door. Everyone, stay sharp and keep order. Allow no sudden moves and no talk.
Harley and Bane having this kind of joint leadership role is also interesting because they're both sort of acting like they're in charge.
Go on. Quickly. You're wondering what's in there. Find out for yourself. Back off!
Because am I right? It was the idea that Riddler was in charge of this gang and now he's dead, and so now...
No!
Don't.
Right
they're, having to kind of
time for this. We're not
sort of figure out who's the leader right now.
I
Chaos Theory. And that's
Chaos.
Up to you, but hurry. I just saw Jurassic Park in the theater last night for the first time, which was really fun. Very exciting. I wanted to bring like giant stuffed velociraptor, and I was afraid there wouldn't be enough theater seats, and there were. And I regret not doing that. There's definitely a person in there.
Waller here. Let them have it, Wayne.
What are you
Let them have
about?
The package. Let them have it. It's not worth my agents' lives.
You can't be serious. You were supposed to be here.
What am I supposed to do now?
No!
Sure, having about 500 people noticed that. That's great. I'm not sure how close we are to the end of this particular episode. About an hour and 45 minutes in, and we took a little bit of a break. Last time it took 2.5 hours.
I don't want to hurt you.
Yeah, Night Watch, they did that 3D release a few years back, and I know a lot of people who went to that and said it was fine. Of course, I can't see it 3D, so I wouldn't have known even if I went.
Put out that fire!
Blue Dragon 5, I think it's kind of natural to have Waller in this game, even though I'm not a big fan of that character, because
whack-a-mole with their heads.
Of the morally ambiguity, the moral ambiguity at the heart thematically of these of the story and both of these games together. Okay,
Harley!
Rosie, come join the fun!
So I think I picked the right one. That was the choice that confused us. I think I have to head off Harley. I think we were confused about what head off meant. Punch him! Always! Punch him!
Well, that was fun. Kinda. Be a sweetheart and give me a hand with the luggage.
I'm still not sure if that was the right call.
In the damn car already!
It's just not everybody gets to deliver, damn it, Bane, and I would be really excited if I was in her shoes and got to say that. I don't know why, it's just... Oh man, here he comes! Here comes Beer Drink Bane! Ah, Beer Drink!
I'm out of here!
Bad, would it have changed? Is there an update that changes certain lines that, like, read confusing, and like were they editing this on the fly? Oh man, I want to be Batman, but I can't be Batman because I have to be undercover. Oh no. It's a really nice look at the end of that scene though, I like that a lot.
Nice work back there, Bruce.
Wow, interesting. Night Watch, I'd never heard that before.
Know how to show a girl a good time.
Have your fun now.
Oof, the Iceman bummeth.
If
I don't know about that line. That's a silly line.
Pay for abandoning him.
Bane will survive, and he won't let this slide.
He's probably having a ball, cracking skulls.
I was trying to plug in my controller because my battery's low.
Who do you abandon next?
Oh, well, I got an easy riddle for you, Freeze. Who's the crybaby making a fuss?
Everyone, shut up. It ain't funny anymore. We got the package. Open it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this person there. Again, it's been a while since I watched this. I played this, watched it, played this, but like it looks like a casket. Yeah, Zine, they do directly reference Batman and Robin. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, see, it's oh yeah, this is Catwoman, right? No, it's Riddler. It's the body of Riddler. I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember what was in there. I knew it was a person.
Whew. I thought he stank when he was alive.
I'm not immediately remembering how Catwoman's
really
introduced this. I, of course, remember how she's connected to Riddler and all that, but...
Getting yourself killed like that. We needed you for the next stage.
I've got what you need.
Oh, yeah, and then she shows up here. Yeah.
For the right price.
No, I know, Blue Dragon 5, but we do this a lot in a lot of things where it looks like a coffin, a casket, but it actually turns out to... That one was, it felt a lot shorter. There we go. So yeah, I made Alfred stress because he didn't like it when I snapped at him. You know, the only reason I did that, see, as I've always said with games like this, I feel like I'm like 20-25% the writer of the story. Like, I'm thinking about what makes for interesting drama and what I think the character is likely to do in a scene, and you know, trying to make it interesting for, you know, myself as the consumer, as I also have a hand in the creativity of the thing to some degree. So in that moment, I was like, it was really this superficial. I was like, well, they've gotten along entirely so far. Like, there's gotta be a moment where they're like a little bit at loggerheads, and that's the only reason I did that. Harley is left happy. I just went that way because it was a little bit different from what I did before. Made Tiffany freaked out. Only 18%. I don't know why more people didn't do that. It was hilarious. 99.8% left Waller feeling content. I feel like it's really easy for a lot of people to go the direction I have been going with her. Maybe I should have gone a different way just to do something a little bit different and make it more interesting, which I've been trying to do with some other things, but I don't like Waller that much, and it's difficult for me not to just be like Batman versus Waller. Go. 60% left John feeling happy. Gordon is worried. So half of people did the thing I did with the phalanx key. See, I thought I called Gordon, but I ended up calling Waller. I'm not sure why that happened. Weird. I mean, I've got the footage. I can go back and look and see what happened. Me and 16% of people tried to resolve things peacefully with Willie. Again, I did that just because that's not what I did last time. Tried to minimize casualties in the convoy by following Harley. I think, I'm not sure if I'm right about this. Yeah, no. I think last time I headed off Bane because I thought that meant helping him or something. I can't remember what exactly happened, but I think I may have made the exact same choice. I'm not sure. It's really hard not to pinky swear with the Joker. Just because how often do you have a chance to do that in your life? You know what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Well, everybody, I hope you had a good time. I guess that's going to be it for us tonight. I honestly thought this was going to take a little bit longer, but we are finished just 2 hours in. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope you had a good time. I will see everybody again this week at the normal time for the Captain Logan Show, Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central. I should have another new video out for you between now and then. I got a couple different things I'm working on right now that should come up soon. I'm doing my top... It was going to be 10. I think I'm going to make it 20, actually. Favorite movies of all time list. I'm going to do as an off-the-cuff video this week, so that's going to come soon. And doing also a commentary Wednesday night. And between a couple of movies, we will be doing a live commentary Wednesday night after the Captain Logan Show. So tune in with us for that as well. And then, of course, I should mention also, Spider-Man comes out this week. And I'm not going to be able to see it Tuesday because Eric can't go until Friday, and I'm going to go with Eric. So he and I, and hopefully, maybe Dan, we're not sure yet, spoiler cast over the weekend. And I wouldn't want to put out a video right away about that anyway because I'd like to do a spoiler cast, and I'm not going to do 2 videos on it. So I would want to wait a little bit for people to get to watch it anyway. So please, nobody give me spoilers or anything. I know a lot of people are going to see it Monday or Tuesday, and I actually have to wait 5 weeks. So. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you again very shortly. I'm Captain Logan. You guys are great. So awesome for you guys to all be here. And I should also say, real quick, thanks to everybody who helped us with the goal to make this stream happen. And we are getting back to it and going to get it knocked out. Thanks again, folks. See you later. Bye.